Stitch Cuties, it's Brittany with Stitches of Love Quilting, and I'm so excited today to be working on block 10 of our Bucru. Can you believe it's block 10? We only have 11 and 12 left of the machine embroidery files. It's been so much fun doing this every month with you, and I hope you're super excited to do the cute little mummy today. I'll tell you, the mummy has a lot of pieces, so throughout the video I am going to make sure that I have my placement guide that comes in my kit handy so that I can make sure I get all of his mummy pieces in the right spot. So before we begin, as always, I'll go over all of the favorite tools that I have out. So I have a few new toys this month in the video that you'll notice. So of course I have my Steady Betty that I always have with me. I have all my pre-fused laser cut applique pieces ready to go. I have all the backings peeled from it. Have my fabrics. I'm gonna set these aside. But underneath here, I have some really cool things for when we get done and time to trim. I'll show you. I have my light pad, which I won't really need my light pad for the Bucru while we're doing this because we get to actually cut on the trim line that the machine gives us. But I also have a cutting mat that matches the size of my light pad, and I have a glass applique mat, which is really cool. So if you haven't heard about that, check out other videos on our YouTube channel because we're super obsessed with how exciting that is. So let's talk about the thread colors you'll need for this month. You will have 4 of your sulky threads. They're the 40 weight rayon sulky threads. So we have white 1001, then we have black 1005, we have the true orange 1168, and our favorite, the butterfly gold, aka yellow, 0567. So without further ado, let's load the white thread into our machine and prompt the machine to do the first step of the block 10 embroidery file. While the machine is stitching that first step for me, I am gonna get my fabrics out of my box, and I'm just gonna very lightly starch and iron them. You just wanna do the same amount of starch each month, so however much you've been doing every month is how much you wanna do. And I'm just gonna iron my fabric dry. And again, this doesn't have to be like, you know, it's already cut in your kit. Doesn't have to be perfectly square because you have way more than you need. And remember, we're gonna trim it at the end of this process in the video today. So I have my orange nice and pressed. Let's press my black. There we go. So just like all the other months, we have one line now stitched on our background of our stabilizer that's in our hoop. So we're gonna lay this down in front of us. We're gonna grab our fabrics, and you're gonna take your orange and line it up just a little bit past that line, barely any, pretty much right up at that line. And then the same thing with the black. Put that right in place. Take our handy dandy tape. I'm gonna do some tape at the top. I should have painted my nails orange for this video instead of purple. I guess purple can be Halloween too. We've used a lot of purple in the quilt. All right, so now we're gonna leave that white thread on our machine for several steps. When we put this back on, the machine is gonna give us our nice 1/4 inch seam allowance. And just like that, our 1/4 inch seam is stitched for us. So you know the drill. We're gonna gently untape right here. Make sure you get all your tape out. There we go. And one more piece right here. And again, with your hoops secure on a Steady Betty or your nice pressing surface, you're gonna gently push that into place and give it a nice press. And now we will tape this in place. So when we put this on, the machine is gonna give us what's ultimately our trim line. It's also gonna hold our block in place. And it's gonna give us the first, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 applique outlines. So we'll be ready to get started in the next step with ironing on our first round of pieces. Okay, so now we have our first round of applique pieces. None of them overlap, so we don't have to think too hard for this step. I like it. So you can really put them down in any order on this step. Get any fuzzies out that you have. I have a little piece of black fuzz. There we go. Okay, so we'll start by putting his right arm in place. And just like always, you'll gently iron it down into place. So now we're gonna lay down our 2 candy corn pieces. So we have yellow on the bottom, and then we have the white on top. There you go. And just like always, if you ever get it a little out of place while it's still hot, you can gently move it into place. And then these two rectangles are the same size, so that makes life easy right here. Just put those into place. There we go. And now we have our big pumpkin. So cute. There we go. And we'll get the top of our pumpkin, which is this lime green piece. And we'll put that right into place. Now we're gonna remain, the white thread will remain on for the next step again. And we're going to come back with a few more applique outlines. Okay, so we have another round of applique pieces, and you're gonna start to notice now we're getting to the actual mummy pieces. So we're gonna pay special attention to the overlap and underlap. So we're gonna start with some basic pieces and then move into the arm area, okay? So just go with me step by step because there are like what, 20, 30 pieces of layers. So I'm gonna make sure we all get it right. So what I'm gonna do first is start with the cute green accents on the base. There we go. And then let's get this one in place. I can't wait till we start to see our mummy come to life. Fun fact, the movie The Mummy with, who is it, Brendan Fraser? I can't watch scary movies, and while The Mummy is not a scary movie, it gave me nightmares, which is really funny. So, fun fact, mummies scare me. However, I did get to travel to Egypt and see mummies a long time ago, back in 2008, I think it was. That was pretty cool. We went inside the Egyptian tombs, like we went inside the pyramids of Giza. That was pretty cool, I must say. However, the mummies that are in that are actually in the Cairo Museum, so you can't actually see any mummies when you go in the pyramid. Fun fact. Or the ones we went in, I should say. So we have our arm, and now let's put our little pumpkin. It's like the little face on the pumpkin. Isn't that cute? I don't know if it's his nose or his mouth. Maybe all in one. There we go. Okay, so now over here, let's pay special attention to the arm. And you can see I kind of have my pieces laid out. Remember at the beginning I talked about how I'm going to reference my placement guide a lot. So I'm just going to gently scooch this, and we're going to look at our numbers. So this is piece number 15. Then we have 16. And then we have 17. That's what's outlined right now. So let's put those in place. So number 15 first, right here. So I'm going to tap that one down. Now we'll do number 16. And again, everything will be a perfect fit. So you can't really make a mistake here. As long as you layer them in the right order, you'll be just fine. So together, we'll make sure we do it the right way. And then this is piece number 17. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna again keep that white thread on. We'll put this back on, and now the machine is going to give us the layered pieces for the left arm of our mummy and also an outline of the full body. Okay, so take a look. We have these outlines, and again, it's really important that we put these down in a specific order. So I'm gonna reference the placement guide again for you. So the first two pieces we're gonna put down are number 12 and 13, okay? So let's get piece number 12 and put that right in place. Because again, if you don't put these in the right layered order, when we actually go to do the buttonhole stitch, it won't, look right. It won't be stitched on the right pieces. So 12 and now 13. And they go right from edge to edge of the arm. So easy to know you have it in place. There you go. And now the full body, which I believe is piece number 18. I have it kind of covered up on my placement guide, I must say. So again, with a big piece, make sure you have it in everywhere. And we're gonna go from one edge and work our way up. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna put this on, and I'll tell you the next step is gonna be a doozy. because in the next step, we're gonna put all of those pieces on. But don't worry, we're gonna work through it together, okay? So let's put this back on, still with the white thread, and we'll be back to do all those mummy wrappings. Okay, take a look. We have a bunch of stitched lines, right? Don't let that scare you. We're gonna do it together, okay? So let me tell you what I've done on my placement guide now. So I laid all my pieces out like where they belong, and then I just gently shuffled them to the side, right? So I can see my numbers. So like you can see these two pieces go here. So I gently just moved them up so that way everything is kind of near where it goes, but I can see the numbers. Now, the main body piece is piece number 18. So all we have to do is find number 19, which is right here. And we're gonna start with 19, and we're just gonna count ourselves up, and we'll be able to do this without any issue, okay? So first up, number 19, we're gonna grab that and we're gonna put it right in place. There we go. And gently put that in place. Now, next up, number 20, which goes right here. And if it helps you, you might wanna just turn your hoop sideways with how I have it, and that way you can see throughout this process as well. Now we're gonna look for 21. 21, I'm just gonna bring my placement guide back and forth for you a lot. This is piece number 21. So we're gonna grab that, and again, mine's sideways. So we just put it right in place. Perfect. There we go. And then number 22, I'm just gonna show you every time, okay? Well, I'll show you 22 and 23, okay? That's what we're gonna do right now. So number 22, right in place here. Don't you love that we can get all of these ironed on in one step? I do, I think it makes it easier that way. There we go, and now 23. Perfect. I love it. He's so cute, this little mummy. So now we're looking for number 24, and actually that jumps to the right side of his body. So now it's this little piece coming right up right here. It's kind of long and skinny. So we'll put that right in place. Again, this is 24. There we go. Now 25 and 26 are right beside each other. See right here? So we're gonna do those two pieces. So 25. There we go. And now 26. There we go. That ends right at the end of this piece. There we go, perfect. So now let's find number 27. Oh, 27 is really easy to identify because it's your biggest piece. Look at that. It's gonna run all the way up the middle of his body. So 27, right here. So I'm just gonna work my way, again with a long piece, make sure you have it in place all the way. There we go. And now we will work, oop, I slipped it, did you see that? Stay in place. There we go. Okay, so that's 27. Now let's find 28. Oh, 28 and 29 are both really easy. See, big pieces right here. We're almost done putting this on. See, it just looks a little more daunting than it really is. So 28 and 29. So let's get that. We're wrapping a mummy. Did you ever think you'd wrap a mummy in your life? Now you can say you have. And now number 29, right here. Perfect fit. There we go. So now let's find number 30. So now we're on to the face pieces. Oops, let me just make sure I can see them. So number 30 is this one right here. Oh, I'm sorry. Number 30 goes right here. Right, let me make sure. Yep, that's number 30. And then number 31 is this other that goes right below it. So let's do those two at the same time. Whoop. There we go. And I'll go on and put this little guy, number 31, in place as well. And we'll just iron both of them down. There we go. So just tap it down. And so now we have 32, 33, and 34. So you can see there are these four. So there's 34, here's 33, and here is 32. Oh my gosh, you guys, this was so easy, wasn't it? I must say, I was a little nervous to film this because I was like, oh no, what if I do something wrong and I mess up in the film? But hey, you know what? Together, we did it. Look at it. So here's 33. There we go. Easy as can be. And now our final piece, 34. So now from here on out, it's smooth sailing. So all you have to do is change a few colors. We are not going to change a color yet. We're going to leave the white on. So all of this mummy on the inside gets stitched in white. Look at that. Clap for yourself. I'm proud of us. Yay, we did it. Okay, let's take a look at what yours should look like. See, we have everything ironed on from top to bottom. Okay, so let's put it on. Keep the white thread on. Again, buttonhole stitch everywhere right here. And then we'll be back for 3 more color changes of black, orange, and yellow. Okay, let's take a look. All of our mummy is stitched. I'll go slow so you can see close up what yours will look like. Awesome. Okay, so now it's time for a thread change. So we're going to load the black thread, and that is 1005. And the machine is going to do your base around the purple and the green. It's also going to do the face on your pumpkin. It's going to do a little smile on your mummy, and it's going to go around the green for the top of your pumpkin stem. Okay, so all of your black is stitched. Look how cute your mummy looks with his little smile. I hope that makes you happy. Okay, so now we're going to take the black off, and we're now going to load the orange 1168, and the machine is going to stitch around the body of the pumpkin and also the center orange part of your candy corn. Okay, take a look. Your pumpkin is now stitched and the orange of your candy corn is stitched. So we have just one piece remaining that needs stitched. So we will put on the 0567 butterfly gold, also known as yellow, and the machine is going to do that very final applique piece with the buttonhole stitch for you. Awesome, and just like that, your mummy is complete. Let's take one last look up close. Doesn't that look so good? Yay! Okay, so all we have to do is trim this. So I'm excited to show you my new little toy that I have. I shouldn't call it a toy, I'm just very excited about it. It's a tool. So this is our Caterpillar self-healing cutting mat. I have it on top of my applique glass, which is on top of my light pad. So I have everything I need right here with me. And of course, you know, I've been using my Steady Betty to iron on, and I just moved it out of the way. So what we're gonna do, you know the drill, we are gonna trim just inside that stitched line, and you use the lines on your ruler to make sure you're lined up straight, and boop, give it a little cut. Now we'll turn it and do another. Oh my gosh, I just can't wait to see this all trimmed, because you know, like I always say, they really come to life once we get it trimmed up. Super, super cute. So there we go. And now let's do the two sides. There we go. Oh my goodness. Did you have fun making it this month? I did. I really did. I love all of them. This little mummy's so cute. And remember, the buttons go on at the end. So when you get your button kit and your finishing kit, that month 13, and you get to like quilt your quilt and then sew on all your buttons, it's gonna be darling. There we go. Okay, are you ready for the big reveal? Let's take a look. Yay! There's your block complete. I hope you had so much fun making your little mummy for your block 10 of your Boo Crew block of the month. And we'll look forward to month 11. I think it's a big giant pumpkin, which is really going to be fun to make too. So happy stitching, stay well, stay safe.